Hi everyone, welcome back to Eclectic. Hello. Today I'm showcasing this mug. I showed my other mug in another video and it was from Ushuaia, Argentina, and this is from Buenos Aires, Argentina. And this is the Starbucks mug. I love mugs, so. And I think I'm talking about today something that will require for me to drink some tea. Any excuse is good, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for your comments, and thank you so much for watching and for your likes and for your support. I really appreciate that, and thank you for understanding my accent. Today I wanted to talk to you about two things that are sort of a consequence of having been in a relationship with a narcissistic person, okay? So and also these are two symptoms of CPTSD, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and these two things are shame and guilt, and I'm talking about toxic shame. Okay, so the difference is guilt is something that I did and that was wrong and that I feel guilty about. And shame is I am flawed, I am wrong, there's something wrong with me, okay? And this is one of the typical things that, most every person that has been in an abusive relationship feels this way, feels toxic shame. And it's a horrible thing to feel. And I always say, this is a projection of the narcissistic person's guilt and shame. So narcissists, let's start with guilt. They don't assume any guilt. They don't, it slides right back onto somebody. And if you are the one that's beside that person, then you will be the one that will acquire the guilt of the narcissist. And you will actually interject that, and you will feel it, because this person will say directly, it's your fault. For example, they say continuously, it's your fault. So guilt and shame come from these types of beliefs that you have that have been acquired with a narcissist, where these people, it could be your parents or somebody else, a friend or a partner, that said to you, it's your fault. And then when you, for example, you set a boundary, you are trained to feel guilty. Why? Because this person wants you to feel guilty. This is how they control you. They make you do things. They make you not do things through guilt and shame, right? So this is the way they have. It's sort of a puppeteer, with the strings, and they control you that way, with guilt and with shame. And so you need to understand this in order to get rid of it, and to not try to separate from that. I think it's sort of a goopy thing that they sort of throw at you, and then you have it here, and the shame feels like this, and there's something wrong with me, and I don't know what, but I feel it's sort of a flashback from when you were with this narcissistic person, and you just embody the shame and the guilt. So the idea is for you to separate from that. This belief of I am flawed, there's something wrong with me, and all that, this you need to separate from that and I usually advise for people to get angry at it, because it's in the inner critic, and you can say, okay, inner critic, stop it, You are not going to make me feel ashamed anymore, because this is not mine. This belongs to the narcissist, and I'm not going to feel this way anymore. Why? Okay, I'll tell you why. Because this belief doesn't belong to me, okay? And next time I will know exactly why I'm feeling this way, because this comes from him or her, okay? That made me feel this way. And this won't happen to me again. Okay, so that's the idea behind all this, for you to separate from those beliefs that are not yours. This is why it's toxic, because that's not yours. That comes from the narcissistic person. They control you with that. It's very important that you know that this guilt, this is how they control you. and they are no longer going to control you anymore through these means, okay? At least the idea is for them to never again control you, okay? So you have to get rid of this. You have to be a warrior in this sense. Every time you feel guilty in a non-logical way, it would be great if you could turn on the scientific mind and analyze every emotion that you have, every emotion. Keep track of your emotions and see if you're feeling guilty. Why are you feeling guilty? Did you do anything particularly damaging to somebody else? Most likely or not, you won't have done that. So stop right there, stop guilt, and say, this is my inner critic that is replaying the narcissistic projection onto me. So get angry at it. You can say, stop it, get out of my life, leave me alone. I won't be falling prey of you anymore. Get rid of this toxic shame that is not yours, and of this guilt when you set boundaries. Start realizing that this is the narcissistic person that is introjected in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. So the idea is for you to separate from that. That is not yours, not at all. So the best revenge is for you to enjoy little things. Like, for example, somebody criticized my use of cups, and I love different cups. So you know what? Rebellion is here. I won't allow here on this channel. It didn't happen here. It happened in the Spanish speaking channel that I have. And so, to be fair, like 99% of people loved it, or they didn't say anything, you know, they just don't care. But there were some people that would, what is it with the cup, you know, and then they give you the thumbs down and all that. So the best revenge is, hello, here's my cup and I'm enjoying it, sorry. You know, so the same thing I would hope for you to do, the same thing with guilt and shame, to say, you know what, this is not mine, this shame is not mine, this guilt is not mine. I'm going to set boundaries without any guilt. You know why? Because it's healthy, it's protection for myself. I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not doing anything that is hurtful. I'm just saying no, for example. Another boundary would be like, yeah, I cannot do this at 5 p.m. I will do this tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay, and then people feel guilty for things like that, because those are the beliefs that were interjected by narcissistic people just to control you. So get a little bit angry at those things and say, I won't allow this to happen anymore. If you feel shame, it would be great for you to write down what is it that you feel, why do you feel that way. It'll be very clear to you once you turn on your scientific mind. You'll see that this comes from narcissistic people. The belief was interjected onto you by narcissistic people, you know, through invalidations, gaslighting, ignoring you, silence treatments, and little bits of comments, you know, like, oh, you're doing that, or oh, look at you, or things like that. This could happen through the years. So you have to deconstruct that and get to see it for what it is. This is not your shame, this is not your guilt, you know. So yeah, best revenge is go back to your hobbies, go back to the things that you love, regain your energy, regain your happiness, your life juice, your glimpses of hope, of happiness. Become this warrior, this person that will fight all this negativity that is not yours. Your job now to heal is for you you have to get rid of that and discriminate that in a way that you know what thing came from where, and stop that. And then I want you to do all the self-care in the world. You deserve it, because you've been with people that are energy vampires and they will suck your energy. So now you need to do the things that you enjoy. you know, little things, and just as a, you know, for fun. It's a rebellion. You need to do things that you enjoy. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, for your comments. I really appreciate you and you being there, and yeah, thank you so much. Okay, see you next time. Okay, bye bye.